it's Tina and I'm back, and I hope you guys are all doing great. So before we get into this video, I'm gonna need you to get into this monochrome pink look that I am rocking right now. Like, get into it, right? And I don't even like pink. If you know me, then you know pink is not my color, but I am loving this look, and I didn't realize just how monochromatic it was until I started filming and I noticed that my nails match my sweatshirt. Like, I couldn't have planned this better if I actually tried. I am loving this. So it's a dusty pink sweater, my dusty pink nails, and I'm also rocking like a very light pink gloss with pink cheeks. Like, get into it. I am really loving this. I love how soft and feminine it looks. So hey, you might see me in pink a little bit more. Probably not. I'm not really a pink person, but I really do like this. And if I'm gonna wear pink, it's gonna be something like this. It's gonna be a muted, dusty pink or a bright neon bold in your face pink. There's no in between for me, okay? That's just what it is, and that's kind of like my personality anyway. But that is neither here nor there, because that is not what this video is about. This video is actually about something that I am equally passionate about. Wait, I'm not passionate about pink. This video is gonna be about something that I am passionate about, that I absolutely love, and those are makeup brushes. So I discovered a new makeup brush brand, and I dived in head first without knowing anything about this brand and picked up all 6 of their currently available makeup brushes, and I'm gonna be testing them out in this video for you guys. And these brushes are from Anisa Beauty, and it's a new brush brand to me. I never heard of them before, but I discovered them while scrolling through Instagram. As you do, you know those targeted ads, they know what you're looking for, they know what you're into, so they got me with this specific brush. So this is their Crescent contour brush, and it has a very unique shape to it, and it pulled me in. I was like, ooh, let me know more. So I went over to their Instagram page, and I realized that they're really focused on skincare tools and skincare type brushes, which I'm not really interested in, right? But I saw these beautiful purple beauties pop up on their timeline. I went over to their website and I picked up 2 of the brushes to try them out, just to see, you know, I was curious. So I grabbed the one that pulled me in, which is the Crescent contour brush, and also their Pinnacle foundation brush, which has an interesting shape as well. This has that triangular shape similar to the LYS Beauty foundation brush, but this is definitely more triangular. And I was like, all right, let me try them out to see how they are, like how they feel, because with synthetic brushes, you never quite know what you're gonna get. Are they gonna be really soft? Are they gonna be durable? Are they gonna be resilient enough to buff product in? How will they perform? So I've tried these out, I've tested them out. You've seen me use them in Get Ready With Me videos. You've seen me use them in foundation review videos. I was really putting these to work. I was testing them out, like putting them through the ringer, so I could bring this video to you guys and truly give you my final thoughts on these brushes. And I'm gonna walk you through a demonstration of all 6 of these brushes, and I'm going to show you how they apply product. Now, like I said, these are synthetic brushes, so they are vegan and cruelty free, and they are perfect for liquid and cream products. So these are great options for you if you were looking for a liquid foundation brush, or even a cream foundation brush, or maybe you want a brush to use with your cream bronzer or cream blush or liquid blush. Like, these are perfect for you because they are meant to be used with cream and liquid products. So in this video, we're gonna walk through, like I said, a demonstration of all these brushes and walk you through the description of the brushes, as well as show you up close shots so you can see these brushes up close and personal. You can see the different shapes and how the bristles move, and you can see how they apply product to my skin. So I'm gonna leave timestamps down below so you can jump ahead as you choose, but we're gonna jump into the demonstration, like I said, and the up close of these brushes, and then I will wrap up with my final thoughts and all the details that you need to know about purchasing these brushes and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration, and then I will see you soon to wrap everything up. So let's go ahead and start out with the foundation brush, which is called the Pinnacle foundation brush, and it says here, a must-have for any makeup lover. This triangular domed foundation brush blends for a polished finish every time. Perfectly pairs with cream and liquid makeup products including blush, bronzer, foundation, and tinted moisturizer. It's cruelty-free, vegan, responsibly made, and I'll outline the brush features. So first up is the triangular domed head shape, which fits in all areas of the face. It's designed to easily mix and blend products on the back of the hand or directly on the skin. It has densely packed fibers that press product into the skin for an even airbrushed look. The brush fiber flexibility gives medium to full coverage application without streaking, and it has a patented brush head design and a patented handle design for balance, comfort, and control. I apply my foundation to a little palette here and pick it directly up onto the brush head. As you can see, it has a triangular shape, and you'll see the dimension in comparison to my face. It's a pretty large head, but it is not overly large. And they said you can use press-in motions, which I have used, and you can also use buff-in motions, which I'm going to do, as that's how I apply my foundation. And I'm gonna just buff this foundation onto the skin. As you can see, it spreads foundation pretty quickly. It is also densely packed, so it allows you to do that buff-in motion and really blend the foundation into the skin. But the bristles aren't too long where it becomes floppy. It gives you a lot of resistance. So it gives you more pushback, so you have the ability to buff and blend the product into your skin rather than creating streaks, which I really like. And it is densely packed, but it's not so tightly packed that it becomes an issue to clean or you get product stuck in there and it doesn't move. It is just the right level of density, and the bristle length also adds to the ease of blending product across the skin. Now the shape that they speak about, the triangular shape, is actually really great for getting under the eyes. It can get right up against the eyes and right up against the nose as well because of the shape. And I really like that because it has some straight edges, right? But they're slightly curved. They can go right around the nose. If you have just a completely round brush, sometimes it doesn't get into the corners of your face. This shape really lends to getting around certain curves and angles of your face, and I really, really do think the shape is beautiful. It's not a completely flat top either, so it has a little bit of a dome, which helps to glide product over your skin as well. I just think overall the shape of this brush is fantastic. As you can see, it applies product really, really well, no issues. All right, let's move on to the concealer brush. So this one is called the Angled Concealer Brush, and it says here, conceal to reveal great looking skin using our detailed angled brush designed to press or sweep concealer into the skin. Perfectly pairs with all concealers, color corrector, and cream highlighter. And the brush features are as follows. It has an angled brush shape designed for precise product placement under the eye, cheekbone, or brow bone. It has soft fibers that apply the product onto the skin for smooth, even coverage, and the tip of the brush gives detail application for coverage over blemishes. It has a patented handle designed for balance, comfort, and control. So this brush has an angled shape to the head, and it is a larger shaped brush head as well. It is not a small concealer brush, and the bristles are also domed and they are tightly packed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my concealer and apply it directly under my eyes, my darkness, and also right outside the edge of my eye. And I do have some discoloration here from breakouts that I'll put this on, and also just above my lip and around my mouth. And I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see this a little bit close up in action. So I'm gonna take the brush and tap over my concealer. Perfect. Around my mouth. Also perfect. Now if you want to do pinpoint concealing, of course this size of brush is not going to be best for you. So you would have to go with a smaller brush. But if you're doing these larger points on your face, this actually works pretty well. You see, it blends out the concealer without leaving any lines, any streaks. And I love it because it's a really densely packed concealer brush. And the bristles, again, have the perfect length to allow you a lot of control and buffing action. It is not loose and floppy or anything. See, easy. And then I'll blend this out under my eyes. it gets under the eyes really well, and because the bristles are so soft, it's comfortable under the eyes as well. And you can sweep. As you can see, I swept the concealer out and it still retains the coverage. And when I press and buff, it still keeps that medium to full coverage of the product. It doesn't shear it out or create, again, like streaks, which I absolutely adore. Now, another way I like to use the angled concealer brush is to apply my eyeshadow primer. So I'm gonna go in with my Master Eye Prep-In set from Makeup by Mario, and I'm picking up the cream on the brush and I'm just gonna pounce it over my eyes. And because it's such a soft brush, it is not irritating on my eyelids, and it will smooth the product out really evenly without much fuss, and I can get into the very inner corner of my eyes. So I love this brush for not only concealer, but also applying other cream products in tighter, smaller spots. And because of the size, it's quick and easy to sweep product all over the eyelids. I don't have to muss or fuss with it. It literally gets it done in a couple of swipes. Another way you can use this brush is for precision contouring. So I'm gonna take a contour cream. This is from Kaja. And I'm picking the product up on the very sides of the brush. So you see it right there. And then I'll lightly tap it into the corners of my nose, and because it has that curved shape to it, that angle, it actually fits really well into the contours of your nose to create that shadowing effect. And because of the shape of the brush, I can get right along my nose and into that contour of my eye very easily, and I can easily blend out the edge as well and create that nose contour. Now let's try to get a little bit more precise along the sides of my nose. So I'm just sweeping the product down, and you see it doesn't look too obvious. It's also because of this product, and you can just run the product down and blend as needed. And again, this brush is really great at blending out cream product, so I love it for precision work such as this. Of course, I'm gonna go back in with the foundation brush and just go over the edges just to dull that a little bit so it doesn't look as obvious. Now I do have the Sculpting bronzer brush that we're gonna do our cream contour with, but I still wanna show you how you can apply a precision contour with this same brush, because I do find this brush to be very great at multitasking. So I'm just applying the contour in a precise area along my jawline and then blend it out as needed, so I can place product with that in a precise way and then blend it out. You're gonna see me do my full contour with the Sculpting brush, but I wanted to show you that you can still do contouring with this angled concealer brush. Now let's go ahead and grab the multi powder brush. It says here, our modern day powder puff is a large plush brush perfect for general powder placement, sculpting, and shine control. Perfectly pairs with blush, bronzer, highlighter, powder foundation, and setting powder. As for the brush features, it says half-domed fan-shaped brush head designed to press and sweep powder into the skin. Ultra soft, luxurious fibers offer sheer, controlled, buildable coverage, and of course it has the patented handle design for balance and control. And there are a couple of points I want to speak about for the application. It says for all over application, apply product using a sweeping motion over the face. For shine control, press powder into specific areas of the face. And for sculpting, flip the brush and use the top edge of the back of the brush head to define the face with bronzer or contour powder. So this brush is a little bit interesting. It's a little bit different than your regular run-of-the-mill round pom-pom style powder brush like this one. So it's completely round all around. This one instead has an angle to the top of the brush, so it's like a large angled brush, but it's also a flared fan shape. So it flares out like a fan at the side, has domed bristles, and it has that angled shape to it. So it allows you to press but also sweep product across the face as you would with a fan brush. So we're gonna go in with powder first, and I'm gonna grab just my Kosas powder. And I'm gonna grab the product all over the brush, because it says just apply it all over the tips of the brush. And I'm just going to press this into my skin because it says to set your face, or for shine control, use the brush to press the product into the skin. So that's exactly what I'm doing, and it does work really well, and it's large enough and soft enough that it just gets all over the face, but it has some resilience, like some pushback, so I can get the product pushed into my skin without the brush flopping all over the place. And it also works for sweeping, so if you just want to sweep powder onto your skin, especially if you have dry skin that you don't want to press powder in, you just want to do like a quick sweep of powder to finish your face without actually packing on the powder and mattifying your skin, you can just sweep this across your face, which works really beautifully. Now, since they talked about bronzing and contouring and all that you can use this as a multifunctional brush, let's go ahead and try exactly that. So I have my little contour palette here. I'm going to grab the deepest shade, which is the bronzer, and I'm gonna concentrate just on one side of the brush, and I'm gonna apply the powder on my hairline. I actually really do like this for the application of bronzer. If you just want a sweep of color, it works really nicely. It gives a really beautiful wash of color without concentrating the product in any one area. I think that is great for warming up the skin. And how about we do some contours? So it says to flip the brush over and use the back end of the brush and apply it to the hollows of my cheeks. Ooh, where I put the cream bronzer down before, and just concentrate it there and blend it with the edge of the brush. That actually works pretty well, and then you can turn the brush over and blend upwards to fade and blur. Ooh, I like that. Now, originally I didn't think I was gonna get this brush. I was like, whatever, I don't think I need a powder brush, but this one has a different shape. It has more of that flared fan shape that actually works surprisingly well. So there you have it. That brush applies bronzer, powder. You can also use it for blush, but for me it's just a little bit, it's too big. I prefer a smaller brush than this, but it's still a nice multifunctional brush for powder and for bronzer. Alright, now let's move on to the contour brush, which is the one that actually got me interested in this brand. So this is the Crescent contour brush, and it says here, give the curves of your face a warm hug with our most innovative brush head designed to make contouring intuitive. Perfectly pairs with all cream complexion makeup products, including blush, bronzer, contour, and highlighter. As for the brush features, it says here, inspired by the natural crescents of the face, this curved brush head fits into the contours of all face types for easy, everyday sculpting. The intuitive shape helps guide the everyday beauty lover exactly where to apply contour. This shape will help you apply to the natural 3 face framing contour points of the face: the hairline, hollows of the cheeks, and jawline. Brush fiber is dense yet flexible to provide an even natural look, and again it has the patented handle design for balanced comfort and control. So as you can see, the brush does have that crescent shape, so it's shaped like a moon, like a little quarter, or yeah, like a quarter moon, and it's meant to fit into the contours of your face. So you can see, ooh, look, you can see the shadow that it's creating right there. It's going to give you a curved look. So let's go ahead and try this out. So it says here that you can use it for contour, jawline, hairlines. And I got product all over the brush shape, mainly on the tighter inner part. And I am going to use it to follow my jawline area. So I'm just going to tap the product with the brush right there. It creates, yeah, it creates a little bit of a curved shape, but I think you can still get that from any other brush, but who am I, right? So it creates the shape. It's kind of foolproof, and I do like it for, ooh, this contour product though. And then you can use it to sweep upwards. So don't sweep downwards because it's going to pull color down and then kind of lower your face and create a sagging effect. You want to lift your cheekbones so you blend upwards to give that beautiful shape to the cheek. Ooh, that is nice. What? Okay, that's both the brush and the product itself. Now this brush is one that I feel like is their most innovative one, but I don't think this is a necessity for everyone. I mean, it does still work, and it depends on your preference. Like, do you need a brush that's shaped like this to help you to contour? Maybe if you're a beginner, you might find this a little bit more intuitive to create a contour. But for me, I already kind of know how to do contour. And I'll use a little bit of that on the jawline as well, since they did say you can use it on the jawline. And I'll just follow the shape of my jaw. It actually fits pretty nicely on the jawline because of the curved shape. But again, I don't think that you necessarily need a brush that's shaped like this to do this kind of contouring, but it might help you to follow the curves of your face rather than just guessing with a flat top brush, which they do have as well, and that's what we're gonna move on to. I do like this brush. Again, density perfect, the length of the bristles works great, everything blended out seamlessly. Okay, the product also has to do with that, but I am contoured. You can't necessarily use this on the nose as easily though, because it's really big, so you would have to use a smaller brush for contouring your nose. But we're gonna move on to the next brush. So this one is the Buffin Bronzer Brush, and it says here, a beautiful sun-kissed glow is a buff away with our oval-shaped brush head. Perfectly pairs with all powder and cream complexion makeup products, including bronzer, contour, and foundation. As for the brush features, it says here, dense oval-shaped brush head makes it easy to pack on powder and cream complexion makeup without looking cakey or overdone. Ideal for layering on top of your concealer, foundation, or moisturizer without disturbing any product. Top of the brush head designed to buff and build up to full coverage. Sides of the brush head designed to define and give you a more detailed application. The brush fiber is dense yet flexible to provide an even natural look. And of course, all the patented details for the handle. Now, as you can see, the shape of this brush in comparison to my face, it's pretty large. It's a rounded dome shape, so all the brushes have a dome shape to the bristles. They're not completely flat. They have a little bit of a curve, but it's not an extreme curve at all. And this one has a nice oval shape as well. This is not as large as some bronzer brushes on the market, so this is ideal for more precise work. It's not going to give you like an all-over bronzer, and that's what we're going to do on our hairline, which is why I didn't use the Crescent one on my hairline. So I'm going to pick up product on the tip of the brush, and we're going to just tap it onto my hairline area. And this color, ooh, it's a little bit deep, but we're just going to tap and press and see how this brush does for blending out the product. And it blends so easily. I love the shape of it. I love the size of it. It's big enough to help me move product around quickly and not in like tight areas, but it's small enough where I can get precise work along my temple and along my hairline area without pulling it everywhere, you know what I mean? And that product, what? Child, this bomb contour is bomb. So I'm just using it on my temple. You can see it's blending the product really easily. It moves the product well. And ooh, I think that is beautiful. So this brush, again, really love this one. I would almost recommend going in with this one before the Crescent one, unless you like really get pulled in and sucked in by that curve shape. But with this brush, you can use the sides of it, as they said, to do your contour. It's just gonna give you more of a straight line than the Crescent one, but I think you can still accomplish the same thing with this brush shape. Alright, now let's move on to the final brush, which is the Tapered highlight brush. This one I wasn't going to get either, but I was like, maybe it will work great for cream blushes, cream highlight products, because it is synthetic after all. So again, this is the Tapered highlight brush, and it says, create the perfect glow from within using feather light brush strokes with this soft tapered brush head. Perfectly pairs with blush, brightening powder, highlighter, and setting powder. And then for the brush features, here it says, soft tapered brush head is perfect for highlighting. The pointed tip of the brush head gives a detailed placement. Ideal for layering on top of the skin. Luxurious silky brush fibers offer smooth application. And of course, the patented handle. So for this one, we're not using it with creams, we're gonna use it with powder. So I'm gonna use my Kosas powder, and we're just gonna sweep powder under my eyes. It picks up product really well for a synthetic brush. synthetic brushes don't pick up as much product as a natural hair brush when it comes to powders, especially baked powders, because they don't have textured cuticles. But this actually picks up product really well, and I'm just sweeping that under the eyes. Very soft, and this one has longer, more loosely packed bristles, so it gives a airy finish to the skin rather than like buffing or blending. And it feels really great on the skin. It's really soft and nice. It applies product really well. I'll come back to this and use it for a highlighter as well, just to see how it fares with a highlighter product. But for setting under the eyes, it's really soft. It's a larger brush though. It's not like ultra small or anything, so it's not gonna give you detailed precision work. But we're gonna go in now with another one of the sculpting brushes because I want to see how it works with a cream blush. So I'm just gonna pick that up on the edge of the brush, and like I said, it's a larger brush, so you don't have to use the full size of the brush to apply your product. Just use a corner, the side, the top, the edges, whatever you need to apply your product. This product is actually very lightly pigmented, so maybe I need to use something else to show the color pickup. So instead, let's use this Lawless blush. This one is a powder, but it's a very creamy powder. Again, I picked it up on the, ooh, I got product everywhere. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna stamp it on my cheeks. Ooh, that's a lot. And again, the size of the brush, you don't want to use all of this, but it's great because you can kind of fit it on your cheek to stamp the color down and then blend around the edge to fade it out. That is a pretty product. I love this blush so much. I'm telling you, the texture, the color, the way it applies and blends, so nice. You see, I can blend color out, but if you want a very precise application, you're gonna need to go in with a smaller brush. This is definitely more on the large side, but again, very pretty product, and it blends and blurs and buffs. As you can see, the color is blending into my skin pretty seamlessly. So yeah, works for that. It's just not gonna give you precise placement. I also have a powder bronzer, so let's go in with this one. This is from Gucci, and we're gonna apply it to where we have the bronzer balm down using the brush that we used before for the cream bronzer. So it's the same brush this time, and I'm just gonna apply that to my hairline and blend it down. Look how easy that was. So it works really well for powder and for creams to blend the product. And I just, I love this brush is my favorite, followed by the foundation brush. All right, now let's wrap up with highlighter. So I'm going to use this Kosas bronzer. It's not a highlighter, but I'm gonna use the Tapered highlight brush. Again, it's very large, so it's hard to get precise placement, but we're gonna try. It's so stunning. I don't like a blinding highlight. You guys might know this about me. So I don't want to apply, should I try to get a bolder, wait, let me get a bolder highlight for you guys. All right, so here's my Tarte highlighter in the shade Day Gleam. And I'm just gonna pick up product on the tip of the bristles, just a little bit. And now I'll apply that to the high points. And you're able to get a nice sweep of highlight, but again, it's not gonna give you precise placement. So if you're looking to do pinpoint highlighting, this is not gonna be for you, but it gives a nice sweep of the color across the cheeks, and it doesn't look cakey or dry or anything, and it doesn't accentuate texture on my skin. I think that looks so good. And now we can wrap up with my final thoughts on these brushes and some more details. So these brushes are again from Anisa Beauty, and they're currently available on the Anisa Beauty website only. I will leave the links down below for each individual brush and also the brush sets in case you are interested and you wanted to pick them up. Now those are affiliate links, and if you make a purchase through those links, I will get a small kickback, which is a great way to show your appreciation because I put you on, right? It doesn't change the sale price price at all. It just gives me a small sales commission for you using my link. But again, AnisaBeauty.com is where you can pick these up, and you can also follow them on Instagram and sign up for their newsletter to keep abreast of the sales that they have quite regularly. And with that, we're gonna jump into the price point, because of course that's what you want to hear about, right? So these brushes are a little bit on the pricey side. You can get all 6 brushes in a set with a makeup brush bag, and that retails for $200. So that breaks down to roughly $33 and like 30 something cents for each brush. And if you purchase it that way, you end up saving a little bit on each individual brush if you bought them separately. So it's a good way to try out the full set if you're interested, but only if you're interested. There is also a smaller 3-piece set, and that is called the Everyday Makeup Brush Set, and it's everything that you would need for a basic everyday face. So you get the Pinnacle foundation brush, the multi-powder brush, as well as the angled concealer brush, and that retails for $98. And these brushes are multi-purpose, so you can use them for multiple products. So if you just wanted to try out a couple of the brushes, that is a great way to try them out as well. Or you can go ahead and pick up each of these brushes individually and just choose the ones that you're most interested in. And the prices range from $28 to $40. So the least expensive brush in the line is the angled concealer brush, which retails for $28, which is a little bit pricey for a concealer brush. But I look at this brush as a multi-purpose brush rather than simply a concealer brush, because you can use it for precision contouring, and I think it works really well for that, as well as for concealing all over the face, under the eyes. The shape is perfect, and I think the size of it is absolutely spot on as well, because while you might not be able to use it for pinpoint concealing, I think it still works to blend out concealer all over the face, under the eyes. It's the perfect shape. It gets all over the eyelids if you want to apply an eyeshadow base to your lids. It blends it out seamlessly. It's really soft, and I just think it works really well, and I really like it for my nose contour. Like, look at that. Right? I mean, it has to do with the product as well, but I think this brush is so beautiful, it's so multifunctional, that that $28 price point, even though it's steep for a concealer brush, I think it's worth it for the multifunction of this brush. Then next up we have the Pinnacle foundation brush. This retails for $30, and I actually think that's a pretty good price point for a good foundation brush. And I love the shape of this brush. I think it is unique. I think the triangular shape actually works really well on the skin. It gets into all those crevices and corners. It gets around the nose really well. It gets on the hairline. It gets under the eyes. I think this foundation brush is phenomenal, and it has the right density that you need to buff and blend, and I just think it's amazing. And it works so well with liquid products as well as cream. So I've used it with cream foundation and liquid, and it works really well. And it has enough density and resilience that it also works really well with powder foundation. So if you're more of a powder foundation person, or you like loose mineral foundation, this might be one that is right up your alley. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Then next up we have the Tapered highlight brush, which retails for $32. And this is the brush out of all of them that I would say skip. It's an easy skip because there are so many versions of this brush on the market at lower price points. You can get something very similar to this. This is just a tapered highlight brush. There's nothing special to this shape, and there's nothing necessarily special to the bristles. It does apply product really well. I love how it applies blush. It's really soft. It diffuses product really well. Highlight also. Really like it for that, but I feel like there are other brushes on the market that are equally as good, and you can get them at a lower price point. Like Sonia Kashuk has some great synthetic versions of this kind of brush. So this one, it's nice, but it's like not that nice that I would spend $32 on it. You know what I'm saying? Then of course we have the one that caught my eye. This is the Crescent contour brush. This retails for $34. So this is a little bit more pricey, and it is a unique design, a unique shape, but I feel like it is a one-trick pony. I don't think this brush should have retailed for $34, but I feel like because it's one of their more innovative designs, they're like, oh, we're gonna make it one of the stars and we're gonna charge accordingly. I think this could have been $28 or $30 because, again, one-trick pony. it's just for contour. You can't use it to contour your nose. It just isn't really the perfect shape for that. You can really only use it to contour the jawline and the hollows of your cheeks. It doesn't really work as well for bronzer along your hairline. It's just, you know, not as versatile as the other brushes. Really soft though, it works really well. And I actually picked up 2 of these because I wanted to have an extra one, because I do think it works well at contouring, and it works really nicely to give you that easy breezy, like foolproof contour to your jawline and to your cheek area. So if you're a beginner and you wanted something that's going to help guide you and kind of be effortless, then you might want to try this out. But again, the price point is a little bit steep for what this brush does and how versatile or how not versatile it is. But if you get it on a sale, or maybe you get it in the set, or you just want to try it out because it's so unique, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I just think the price point is a little steeper than I would like. And now we have the Buffin bronzer brush, which also retails for $34, which is why I was like, I don't know if these should be the same price point, because I find that the Buffin bronzer brush is a little bit more multifunctional. You can use it for cream contour, you can use it for cream bronzer, you can use it for foundation, you can use it for liquid blush, cream blush, highlight, everything. Like, to me, this is the most multifunctional brush of the set, because you can use it for so many different things. And I think this one is worth the price point. It has a beautiful thick shape to the oval head, so it's not just a precision brush. You can use the edges for precision, but it has more surface area that you can use it for other things. And I absolutely love this brush. I think I have 3 or 4 of them now, because I was like, I love it, I want multiples of this. So I definitely think this brush is worth it if you're gonna use it for multiple things. If you're looking at it as just a one-trick pony and you're like, I don't need that brush, then don't get it. But if you're gonna use it for bronzer, contour, and all that good stuff, then this might be one that you wanna check out. And then we'll wrap up with the multi-powder brush. This is $40, the most expensive one from the entire line, and the one that I was the most skeptical about, because I'm like, I have enough powder brushes, I don't need another one. Like, what can you do for me that's so different from my other powder brushes? And I was pleasantly surprised, because I like this brush so much so that I went ahead and ordered 2 more. I know! So like I said, there are sales all the time, and right now I was able to get 25% off, but they also have sales running for special occasions, holidays. You can get 30% off, you can get buy one, get one, 50% off. Like, there are always sales going on, and with Mother's Day and Independence Day and Memorial Day, there is bound to be a sale. So just keep your eye out. Follow their Instagram, sign up for their newsletter. You can get these at a better price point. But the $40 price for this really had me cringing, because to me, I wouldn't spend $40 on this brush. Like, I don't want to spend $40 on this brush. But it is a nice brush, as I discovered. It is actually a lot more versatile than I expected it to be, because you can apply powder with it, push it into the skin, but then you can also sweep. And because of the fan shape, that little dome top with the angle, everything about this is just different from all my other powder brushes. I do have like a foundation brush from Morphe that has a similar shape, but this is a smaller version. It is for foundation. It works really well for that. I really do like that brush, but I have never had a powder brush that was quite this size and this fluffy and this shape. So I was really impressed, because it applies powder really nice, but it applies bronzer really nice as well. Like, look how diffused my bronzer is. Like, excuse me? I love this, and it also works well for contour. So I was surprised by this brush, and I'm happy to have it, but I would never buy it full price. I didn't buy it full price at any point when I picked it up. It was always on a sale. So while I think this is a great brush, I don't think that $40 price point is necessarily worth it. Now let's talk about the overall design of these brushes. You guys have seen them up close and personal by now, so you know what they look like. So they come packaged in these sealed lavender paper envelopes that you have to rip open, so they're nice and sanitary when they get to you. And they also have some protective sleeving at the very top. The sleeving is held in place by this sticky tape that can leave some residue behind, which I didn't truly appreciate, because I had to rub at the ferrule of the brush to get the sticky residue off. That was a bit of a pain in my butt, but they do come beautifully packaged, and I do like the presentation. As for the actual brushes and their design, oh my god, these brushes are absolutely beautiful, and I was really drawn in by the metallic shiny purple finish of the ferrule and handle. It's a beautiful deep shiny purple, and the ferrule and the handle are joined by this little silver ring with the Anisa Beauty logo on it. I like to call it the waist trainer of the brush, but it's a beautiful silver ring that adds just that little detail to the brush that gives it a special luxurious look to the handles. And they are right about the balance of these brushes. Like, they are beautifully weighted. They're not too heavy. They're not too light. They definitely don't feel like throwaway brushes. You know how you can get those really cheap synthetic brushes that just feel really lightweight? These are nicely weighted in the hands, and I love the ergonomic shape of the handles because they taper to a thinner end, and that is a lot more comfortable to hold in the hands. And the cinched ferrule is actually very comfortable to hold as well. And the ferrules are nicely made. They're really secure. I haven't had any shedding. You don't expect a lot of shedding from synthetic bristles, but I haven't had any shedding. No bristles are loose. They're nice and secure, and I've washed these brushes over and over again, and I absolutely love it. Now, the bristles themselves are also like a dark purple at the base, and then at the tips of the bristles you have this beige ivory color. It is not a complete white. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, so it looks like product maybe in your bristles, but that is not product. This is a brand new brush. That is just the tint of the brushes, which can fool you a little bit when you're washing them. You're like, are they clean? Are they clean? I'm not sure. But overall, I love the design of these. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and they have the names of all the brushes printed in a silvery white on the base of the brush. And the handles and ferrule are made from a hard polymer material and coated in this beautiful purple varnish. Do be careful with these though, because the lacquer can chip if you hit it up against a sharp edge or if you're too rough with the brushes. Speaking of being rough with your brushes, they do have care and cleaning instructions on their website if you're interested in checking out how they recommend that you care for these brushes. But it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty basic. Wash the brushes with mild shampoo, brush shampoo. They do have brush shampoos on their website that you can pick up as well if you're interested, as well as like a silicone mat. I already have my own, and I actually prefer to use my Beauty Blender cleanser with these brushes, either the solid or the liquid, because I'm using cream products and liquid products and it can really stain the bristles, so those cleansers work really well. I don't necessarily like using my Dr. Bronner's liquid soap with these though, because I feel like it leaves a slight coating on these synthetic bristles and can make them feel a little bit stiff. I prefer to use the Beauty Blender cleanser because it rinses completely clean. It's easy to get the product out the bristles, and then you just lay them down to dry flat. You don't need to use a brush guard because they are not going to be prone to flaring and splaying. You can just shape them with your hands while they're wet and leave them to dry, and they will maintain the shape again because they are synthetic. But if you want that extra protection, like for the more flared shapes like the powder brush or the highlight brush, then you can definitely use a brush guard, but they maintain their shape pretty well. And again, I haven't had any shedding, any bristles falling out. I haven't had any stray hairs anywhere, and I've washed these brushes. Like, I've washed them over and over again because again, I use them with liquid and cream products, and those I wash almost after every single use. So overall, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, you can probably already guess, I love these brushes, and I am so thankful that I took the plunge and decided to try out this new brand so I could share the experience with you guys and probably inspire you, motivate you to try out a brush or two, because I think they're really great, and I really do think these brushes can add to and improve upon your makeup application, especially when it comes to liquid and cream products. Like, come on, my base has never looked better. I mean, I can do a good base, but I've been getting more into cream bronzers and cream contours and liquid and cream blushes, and oh my god, these brushes just apply and blend these products so seamlessly and so effortlessly into my skin. Like, come on, like, what? this looks amazing, and I've really seen the improvement after I've gotten these brushes. Like, my blend-in has improved. Everything looks so flawless and easy, breezy. Foundation application is also a breeze, and I already have foundation brushes that I know and love. So this is not exactly coming in and changing the game for me, but I feel like it definitely is rivaling my Fude brushes that I absolutely am in love with. Like, come on. This looks so good right now. I am so in love. So I highly recommend these brushes, except for this tapered highlight brush. I don't think this brush is really worth it. You can skip that one. And the powder brush, I do think it's interesting and different. This is the one I was most hesitant about. Don't get this unless you get it on sale, because $40 is pushing it. So let me know what you guys think. Is this brand a brush brand that you're curious about? Do you want to try out these brushes? What do you think? What is your favorite shape? Like, which one is the most intriguing for you? Which one would you try out first? Let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, I will leave links on where you can pick them up. Wait for a sale. I recommend to you to wait for a sale. You can get these again for 25% off, 30% off, up to 50% off. So I definitely say hold out a little bit. If you can catch them on sale, definitely do. And I do think some of them are worth the price point, but I'm just saying, if you can get a better deal, why not? Because these are a little bit more highly priced, you know, but hey, they're still really great brushes. I'm also gonna go ahead and leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.